Hello, my name is Joshua Kelly, and I'm going to be the interviewer for Matthew Byron. Matthew, can you please introduce yourself and explain the concept of what you're going to be talking about?
Sure, thank you for asking that, Joshua. My name is Matthew Byron, and I'm a student at Fairmont State University, a senior. And today we're going to be diving into the world of The Little Mermaid, and we're going to be comparing Hans Christian Andersen original fairy tale, Disney's 1989 animated classic, and the 2023 live-action remake. We'll explore how each version approaches the story, its characters, and its themes.
Okay, can you give a brief overview of the three?
Sure. Hans Christian Andersen original fairy tale, 1837, and Andersen's The Little Mermaid is a tragic story about a mermaid who sacrifices everything, her voice and her life, to gain a human soul and the love of a prince. The story is darker and focuses on themes of longing, sacrifice, and growth. It ends tragically with the mermaid turning into the sea after the prince marries someone else. In the animated version, Disney 1989, is a romantic and family-friendly adoption. Ariel, the mermaid princess, dreams of exploring the human world and falls in love with Prince Eric. She trades her voice to Ursula for legs and must win Eric love with a kiss. The film ends abruptly, Ariel marrying Eric and her father, King Train granting her wish to become human permanently. In the live-action version, 2023 by Disney, it retains the core storyline of the animated film but adds depth to the characters. Ariel's mother is introduced as the backstory for King Train's distrust of humans, and Prince Eric is given more personality in his own song. The film also modernizes themes of empowerment and mutual understanding between Ariel and Eric.
Can you please list three key differences between the versions?
Sure. In Andersen's tale, the original story is somber and focuses on spiritual growth. The mermaid's ultimate goal is to gain an immortal soul, not just love. The sacrifices are painful and tragic, including walking as if on knives and all the many dissolving and deceitful. In the animated film 1989 Disney, the version is cheerful and romantic, focused on Ariel's spirit and her love for Eric. Sacrifice is present but less severe, and the story ends with the classic happily ever after. In the live-action film, it modernizes the themes, emphasizing empowerment and mutual respect. Ariel and Eric bond over shared curiosity and a desire for adventure, making their relationship feel more balanced.
How do the themes of love and sacrifice differ in each version?
In Andersen's tale, love is selfless and spiritual, while in Disney versions, love is romantic and empowering. The animated film simplifies sacrifice, while the live-action film adds emotional depth to Ariel's choices. Character portrayals. In Andersen's tale, the mermaid is obedient and silent, driven by longing for soul and love. In the animated film, Ariel is rebellious, curious, and adventurous. In the live-action film, it retains Ariel's independence but gives her more agency and emotional depth. And Prince Eric is, in Andersen's story, the prince is oblivious to the mermaid's love and marries someone else. In the animated film, Eric is charming but underdeveloped. Live-action version gives Eric a backstory and song, making him more relatable and active. And Ursula the Sea Witch in Andersen's tale, the Sea Witch is not a villain, but a neutral figure which warns the mermaid of the consequences of her choices. Disney's version turns Ursula into classic villain Andrew Drummond complex.
Do you believe that these character differences affect the story's message? And if so, how?
Sure, Andersen's characters highlight the consequences of desire and selfishness, while Disney's versions focus on empowerment and personal growth. The live-action film adds complexity to both Ariel and Eric, making their relationship more meaningful.
What impact do these different endings have between the three?
In Andersen's tale, the mermaid sacrifices herself and becomes sea foam, but her selfishness earns her a chance to gain an immortal soul after 300 years of good deeds. In the animated film, Ariel marries Eric, and her father grants her wish to become human permanently. It's a classic Disney happy ending. And in the live-action film, the live-action version keeps the happy ending but adds more emotional weight to Ariel and Eric's relationship, showing their shared growth and understanding.
So some fairy tale elements are magic, journeys, and moral lessons. Can you please expand on these?
Sure, in the fairy tale elements, all versions include magic, but Andersen's tale makes it as dark and painful, while Disney's version make it whimsical and entertaining. In the journeys, the mermaid's quest for love and identity is central to all versions, but the live-action film emphasizes mutual understanding between Ariel and Eric, and the moral lessons are: Anderson's tale teaches selflessness and consequences of desires, while Disney versions focus on following your dreams and finding happiness.
What is the impact of modernization and the audience understanding of the classic fairy tale?
Well, the impact of modernization is modern values. The live-action film reflects contemporary values like diversity, empowerment, and mutual respect. Ariel is portrayed as a strong, independent character who actively shapes her destiny. In comparison, Anderson's tale reflects 19th century values of obedience and sacrifice, while Disney's versions adapt a story that align with modern ideals.
In most fairy tales, specifically those by Disney, they teach a moral story or a political story, sometimes empowerment, changes in character. What do you perceive for the young boys and girls that watch these now or read the original? And do you believe that character changes, such as Ariel changing race, or her pulling away instead of Eric during the Kiss the Girl scene? What impact do you believe this has, and can you summarize with your final thoughts?
Well, for my conclusion and final thoughts, and to summarize the key points, in Anderson's The Little Mermaid, it's a tragic tale of sacrifice and spiritual growth, while Disney's animated and live-action versions focus on romance, empowerment, and happy endings. My personal opinions is we prefer the live-action version for its emotional depth and modern themes, but we also appreciate Anderson's tale for its complexity and moral lessons. I feel that future adaptations will likely continue to emphasize diversity, empowerment, and inclusivity while finding new ways to honor the timeless elements of fairy tales.
Finally, if there was anything that you could change about the new film, what would it be?
Well, I believe the new film is about an hour longer than the older one, and I would try to cut it down more and make it a little more easier to understand.
Do you wish that it would have stayed more original to the cartoon, or do you believe that what's here now is good?
Well, I believe it's a toss-up. I mean, the original cartoon version was good for kids, and the live-action version is more like serious and like reality of like this is what actually could happen, or this is what life is about. And also, if there's any questions, I have included a link to the Little Mermaid versus live action differences and Hans Christian Andersen link to his story.
Well, thank you, Matt, for doing this interview. This wraps up our conclusion and overview of the Little Mermaid series.
Thank you.
Thank you.